Greenland Stadium groundbreaking, House of Assembly recap.
Maduro Keynes clears the air and is NHI sustainable? These and more stories when 284 News returns.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media at cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works. Welcome everybody, it's Friday, January 18th, 2019. I'm Ron Grant.
And I'm Javon Wilson.
Topping our newscast today, according to a Government Information Service press release, the Government of the Virgin Islands, in partnership with the BVI Football Association, under the FIFA umbrella, has broken ground in the Greenland for the development of a 2,500-seat multi-purpose stadium for recreational and sporting facilities and associated works. The groundbreaking ceremony was held at the Greenland Stadium on Friday, January 11th at 10 a.m. Outgoing Premier and Minister of Finance, Dr. The Honorable D. Orlando Smith, OBE, said, "This sporting facility was conceived a few years ago, and it's gratifying to know that we are about to embark on the second phase of this project. Today does much for our morale at this stage of our recovery. The facility is expected to include a 6-lane, 400-meter grass track, netball and volleyball courts, the covering of guts on both sides of the stadium, and fencing of the stadium, parking lot for 200 cars, an access road between the parking lot and the multi-purpose stadium." Remarks were also delivered at the ceremony by Deputy Premier, Minister of Natural Resources and Labor, and a representative of the 7th District, Dr. The Honorable Kedrick Pickering, Minister of Education and Culture, the Honorable Myron B. Wallman, Minister of Health and Social Development, and the representative for the 8th District, the Honorable Marlon Penn, and the Manager of STO Enterprises, Mr. Dion Stout, along with contractor representative for Terrace Hill Associates, Ms. Desiree Potter.
You know, Ron, being that we're trying to diversify the economy and look at new initiatives where we can bring in a lot of finance for the territory, yes, I think this will be a great initiative for sports tourism, which has proven successful, especially within the Caribbean region. All right, moving right on. Is NHI sustainable? Recently in the House of Assembly, Minister for Health and Social Development answered questions posed by Honorable Andrew Foy regarding the NHI's income versus its expenditure. In 2016, the NHI brought in $75,430,160 from government and other sources, and in the same year, expended $73,426,745. This resulted in a net surplus of $2,003,415. Since then, the NHI has been in the red. In 2017, expenditure rose to $80,479,662, and in 2018, expenditure rose yet again to $81,679,574, resulting in a net loss in 2017 and 18 of $3,956,889. This information prompted Honorable Foy to ask whether the program was sustainable, to which the Minister Penn replied he was not equipped to answer that question, and there was an ongoing process to improve the system. As information becomes available, of course, 284 News will be keeping you informed.
Most definitely.
Up next, we've got the House of Assembly recap, Premier Talks BVI Airways, Perimeter Wall, and so much more. Stick around. We'll be right back with more 284 News.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Brilliant Hands and Minds tutoring services, one-on-one tutorials in math and English, intense homework assistance, academic enrichment, school projects, effective communication and public speaking development, sign language for adults and children on Saturdays only. Registered with the Virgin Islands High School Certificate Program, Brilliant Hands and Minds can help you too. Offering intense curriculum-based training to help you or your loved ones get their high school diploma. It's time to make your family's education a #1 priority. Hurry, space is limited. Brilliant Hands and Minds Learning Center. We are the trained education professionals.
Welcome back to 284 News. The BVI Airways project has remained a controversial topic of discussion within the House of Assembly over the last few years as the public and opposition try to hold the government accountable for the alleged mismanagement of tax dollars invested. Honorable Dr. D. Orlando Smith, who avoided questions regarding same multiple times in the House last Tuesday, then issued a statement that encapsulated the project as, and I quote, the failed effort to create a commercial airline to serve the BVI, end of quote. Honorable Smith then said, now let me be perfectly clear. The money was not put into any person's pockets. Nobody got rich off this project. Rather, the money was spent paying salaries to pilots, flight attendants, and ground crews. It was spent with consultants and lawyers to secure the complex regulatory approvals required to begin operations. It was spent paying off debts to banks and provided the financing to acquire the 2 aircrafts. That is not to say that there is not blame to go around, end of quote. This stirred up quite some controversy when opposition member Honorable Mitch Turnbull then posed the question, where are the airplanes? To which the Premier responded, I do not know. John Klein, pastor and political observer, has since taken to social media posting 2 purported pictures of the planes in question, alleging that they were both sold and supposedly located in San Marino. There is deep disappointment being expressed by the public as to whether the monies can be recovered. However, in his closing statement, the Premier said, I cannot promise that it will be successful.
And now on to another House of Assembly recap. The 6th sitting of the 4th session of the 3rd House of Assembly held this week saw some more heated questions, Jovan. This sitting including, among other things, some intense question and answers from opposition members to Premier Smith. One of those questions came from 2nd District Representative, the Honorable Melvin Mitch Turnbull, when he directed a question to Premier Smith, seeking to know if he was aware of the status of the audit report on the ESHS perimeter wall report and investigation. In his response to the question, Premier Smith noted that, to his sound knowledge, there is no investigation of any kind on the audit report of the perimeter wall that is ongoing. That denounces previous media reports, Jovan, that have stated that some agencies that an investigation is indeed taking place. He has since denounced that with his comments. Another question came from 3rd District Representative, the Honorable Julian Fraser, in regards to the chronic water shortage in Seacows Bay and other areas. When Premier Smith responded, 9th District Representative said, the 3rd District Representative, Julian Fraser, said that was a fat lie. Premier Smith then requested a brief break. Upon return, Honorable Julian Fraser was asked to issue an apology by Speaker of the House, the Honorable Ingrid Moses Scatliff, for using unparliamentary language. He did not issue an apology. However, what he did do was retract his statement and rephrase his comment. As the political climate in the BVI is at its peak, many members of the opposition have now sought to discredit the government, for which they were up until a very short time ago a part of. One of those persons who have thrown shots is the Honorable Ronnie W. Skelton, who in recent media reports have shockingly admitted to buying votes. All I can tell you, and I'm quoting, all I can tell you is that if you want a new day for the BVI, don't vote for the old system. It does not work. We must stop as elected officials to think that we can use public funds to get us elected year after year. One wonders, all right, if some of the members of the opposition forgot that they too, for many years, and just up until a short time ago, were part of the same government that they are now seeking to oust. Skelton and other opposition members speak of corruption, mismanagement of funds, project overruns, and the list goes on. But where were you? Well, You were right there, aiding and abetting in every decision the government made. Why didn't you leave at the time that these allegations of corruption took place? Why didn't you publicly speak out about any shortcomings at the time? Accountability, transparency, Jovan, honesty, these are words that I see just being thrown around, all right, from elected officials. But what do they really mean? And when you see bold actions like this, blatant disregard for the fact that you two are part of whatever went wrong, that is not accountability at all. That is simply casting blame for your benefit, possibly just political amnesia.
Yeah.
In addition, an amendment to the Elections Act had to be made in order to facilitate the use of the DS200 precinct scanners and e-poll book. Also, a decision to cement Dr. Smith's name in the history by renaming the People's Hospital to the Honorable D. Orlando Smith Hospital was brought forward by Health and Social Development Minister, Honorable Marlon A. Penn.
I think that's the question of this political season. How does the past, what people refer to as NDP2, now PVIM, how does that party hold the now government accountable, considering that they were a part of many of the things they're accusing the government of?
Yes.
And that's the question the public is waiting, to be answered.
Indeed.
All right, Maduro Keynes is clearing the air. Perhaps the most anticipated event to kick off the election season 2019 was the inaugural District 9 debate organized by a group of young people. Ever since, the political aspirants have been challenged by the voting population to step up to the mandate of a debate for their respective districts, especially considering the short time span allotted to campaign within the constraint of an election due by April 16, 2019. Since then, many politicians and candidates have taken to the forefront, expressing their interest to contend, including Chairman of the NDP, Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, and leader of the VIP, Honorable Andrew A. Foy, among many others. With that said, it became quite alarming when word got out that Honorable Alvaro Maduro Keynes, Junior Minister for Trade and District 6 incumbent, allegedly declined when approached by the organizers. It is alleged that she responded, "I am too busy campaigning and don't have time." End of quote. However, since the accusation, Honorable Keynes responded saying that no one contacted her regarding the debate and claimed that she is yet to receive a formal invitation letter from the organizers. Our newsroom reached out to Honorable Keynes for clarification, but up to press time, none was provided.
Up next, we've got regional and international news, as well as Ricky with the weekend vibes, and he has a guest today. Stick around, we'll be right back. You're watching 284 News.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
21 Guyanese deportees who arrived from the United States Tuesday afternoon after serving jail terms for various offenses have been sent back to the United States. According to the Guyanese Immigration Department, the deportees had renounced their Guyanese citizenship and are Americans. They are no more Guyanese and we cannot accommodate them, Director of Immigration said in a statement. Head of the Guyana Police Force's Criminal Investigation Department, Senior Superintendent Wendell Blahum said the deportees were convicted of homicide, narcotics, robbery, and other offenses. The plane landed at the Chedi Jagan International Airport at about 3:30 p.m. and the involuntary migrants deplaned and were escorted by police and immigration under tight security. They were to be transported on the armed police escort to the CID headquarters, where it emerged that they were no longer Guyanese. Caribbean governments have over the years complained that deportees with hardly any family ties in the land of their birth often continue a life of crime.
And on the international scene, Parliament rejected the Brexit deal that Prime Minister Theresa May has been negotiating for 2 years, and this, by default, is the worst defeat for any government in a century. The leader of the opposition, Jeremy Corbyn, as a result, tabled a motion of no confidence in the Prime Minister, which will be debated on January 16th. Now, if the no confidence motion is successful, the process of selecting a new leader would then need to begin. If not, the UK is back to square one as it pertains to getting a deal with the EU. Brexit is an important global phenomenon as the United Kingdom attempts to exit the European Union. The BVI, as a British overseas territory, may be adversely affected by this decision. As we weigh the risks and opportunities associated with Brexit, especially as it relates to the BVI, we must carefully consider the impact of our local financial services and tourism industries. Viewers, it is our responsibility to understand Brexit and the implications that it will have on this territory. Kindly refer to our page for a CNN feature that fully expands on what you need to know about Brexit. And that's it for your regional and your international news. Up next, we've got Ricky +1 with your Entertainment 411. Stick around, you're watching 284 News.
What's the deal, BVI? What's poppin'? Ricky A. Hurst, why be filling in just to let y'all know exactly what's going on this weekend for real, for real. My name's Tyrone, but you can call me Chocolate T. You know I got my boy Manji here with me. What's good, dog? What's good? I'm good. All right, cool. So this whole weekend is gonna be lit. Yo, give me some fire down here, man. Make it hot. Make it hot. Yo, some fire right here, dog, for real. So on Friday, we're going all the way down there by Ramones and Hum Tom's Gut because it's the Bel Air Rose. You could call it Lux Rose. They're gonna be having a whole launch weekend. But Manji, please, tell them about Saturday, dog. Tell them about Saturday.
Oye, que lo que. Uy, este sábado en Aromas, sábado 19 de enero, estamos allá. Manji Audio, DJ Yu desde Nueva York, DJ Dre, DJ Bird, DJ Push Pop. Estamos allá este sábado 19 en Aromas. Uy, todo el mundo chuquiteado.
Yeah, man, I don't know what he said,
Chuquiteado.
but Chiquito.
Chuquiteado. No, chuquiteado.
Chiquita Banana. Yeah, for real. Anyway, I wasn't done with Saturday though. You ain't heard. Yo, Stone Love is gonna be at the Curb this Saturday with Shorts and Heels party. All ladies, please get your short shorts, get your red bottoms, and come through dripping. The first drink is on me, chocolate tea. Ooh. I ain't got nothing else to say. Oh wait, send your posters and whatnot for your weekend parties to marketing at cctbvi.com. That's it. I'm done. You got anything else to say?
Chuquiteado.
Chiquito.
Uy.
See y'all this weekend, man. This is the Weekend Vibes.
Now that you're well informed about the weekend and this week's news, be sure to like us on Facebook at 284 Media and 284 BVI on Instagram, as well as Twitter. I'm Javon Wilson.
And I'm Ron Grant. Be sure to join us again next week as we deliver honest and impartial news right here on 284 News. Happy Friday, everybody.
Bye.